One of the alleged north to south pole to pole flight circumnavigations that comes up a lot, that many claim circumnavigated the globe, is the Pan Am Flight 50 pole to pole flight in 1977. But when you actually look at its path and read up the documentation on it, it becomes very obvious how it was actually done, and the path it really took on a flat azimuthal equidistant map. It is claimed this flight route starts in San Francisco, then flies over the North Pole, then lands in London, then lands in Cape Town, Africa, then flies over the South Pole landing in Auckland, then back to San Francisco. And I had also read and heard from a few others that the passengers also saw Mount Erebus while flying over Antarctica. Whether or not this part is objectively true is not entirely for certain, as there are no photos or videos from the passengers corroborating this, which we will get more into later. But for now, we will just go along with the narrative and give them the benefit of the doubt. This only makes a stronger case for the actual flight route that they would have had to have taken. The biggest trick, and the key to figuring out how they pulled off this flight, is the South Pole. For one, I believe they didn't actually fly over the South Pole, which is what gets most people on this, as there are no photos that were ever taken of the South Pole from any of the passengers. Not one single photo of the South Pole station from one of the 78 passengers, as well as no video footage of this magnificent sight. There's actually surprisingly very little information and documentation of this flight available online, which seems pretty suspicious for as historical of an event as this allegedly was. And it only gets worse. The actual video footage of them flying over the quote-unquote South Pole looks nothing like the actual South Pole. It's showing a very much mountainous terrain with no Amundsen Scott station in sight. Now the pilots could have easily explained this away simply by saying there was a blizzard making the visibility hard to see the South Pole, or they just flew over the station a few miles back so you just missed it, and so on. But you can obviously see from the video shown of Antarctica, there is large mountain ranges all over and different terrain, whereas the Amundsen Scott base station is completely flat without a mountain in sight for hundreds of miles. Let's take a listen here on compare their view at the alleged South Pole and compare it to the aerial photography of the Amundsen Scott South Pole station.
The clouds break up just in time to give passengers a good view of snow-covered Antarctica. You're looking at the very bottom of the world. Its stark, almost mysterious beauty is an unforgettable sight. The first person to cross Antarctica to the South Pole was Roald Amundsen in 1911. His trek took him 17 months. For Clipper New Horizons, it's been a swift 7-hour, 10-minute flight from Cape Town.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you're at the South Pole.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. This is Captain Mulligan now, and a toast to all of you for the big moment we've been waiting for.
Wait a second. How is it that the South Pole shown from the plane's window view show mountains for many miles and looks nothing like the actual South Pole photo on the right? This view shown of Antarctica from the Pan Am flight objectively couldn't be the South Pole. This is because it isn't the South Pole. It's an entirely different part of Antarctica, and we're just told it was the South Pole. Now they did actually fly over Antarctica, part of it anyways. However, they didn't fly in the east to west direction from Cape Town over the South Pole to Auckland that is shown on the rendered route drawing. They actually flew the opposite direction, flying west to east, and skimming over the Antarctica coastline on the flight leg to Auckland, which explains why, after 7 hours, they claimed the clouds cleared below them and they could see Antarctica for the first time and seen Mount Erebus shortly before landing in Auckland, and it is the timing part that is the obvious giveaway of this flight. For over half of this leg of the flight, they couldn't see Antarctica. Now, if they are actually flying the east to west route shown on the rendered drawing map, and we look at the max speed of the Boeing 747 SP plane on this Pan Am flight, with a max speed of 620 miles per hour, not including jet streams, so we'll just figure a cruising speed of 532 miles per hour, which is what was claimed in the official Pan Am Flight 50 video, even though it was very likely going faster than this 532 miles per hour speed, but we will just go along with the official narrative for now. The distance from Cape Town to the coast of Antarctica is only about 2,500 miles, and Cape Town to the South Pole is about 3,800 miles. At this flight speed of 532 miles per hour, it would have only taken about 4.5 hours to reach the Antarctica coastline, potentially even much sooner taking into account the wind speeds of the jet streams, and about 7.5 hours to reach the South Pole, but the passengers claimed to have not seen Antarctica for the first 7 hours of the flight, and only seen the South Pole after the clouds cleared, after over 7 hours of flying on the back half of the flight to Auckland. This objectively proves they didn't fly the east to west route over the South Pole, but actually flew west to east to Auckland. And the 14.5-hour claimed flight time for this leg also adds up with the flight speed and polar jet streams going in that direction, and the extra hour to go off course and skim the Antarctica coastline and fly by Mount Erebus before turning back to land in Auckland. This overall added flight time also corroborates the with the flight speeds from the southern jet streams moving in the east flight direction from what has been tracked by a model builder from live GPS ping tracking software. This GPS data has been intentionally hidden and misreported by Flight Radar 24 GPS tracking sites. This, along with the GPS meridian distance corrections built into the GPS coordinate system and ECI reference frame, allows them to cook the books on GPS flight data to continue to hide the true longer distances navigated below the equator. You won't find these true jet stream wind speeds and the true GPS flight data from what instantly pops up on a quick censored Google search, and this is by design.
Data than GPS dot and speed and altitude and azimuth to be short. So here is it. This is one of the screenshots I have made. I have 3 screenshots for now, where I take. I have seen this type of flight on my software, and I was comparing like the kilometers given by flight radar and the actual speed. You know, here we can see 1,000 kilometers is the speed given by Flight Radar 24, and 1,220 kilometers is the computed speed I have done by the GPS dot. Okay, there is the same problem with this one. And as we can see, the other thing that is odd is only 787 -9 Dreamliner do this flight. Every fucking plane is this type of plane, and there is only only 6. I got only 4, but tac. As we can see, there is this one, the QFA 27, the LEN 800 that we retrieved here, and so maybe,
so basically, like you're showing that the recorded pings from the GPS are showing that the plane's going a lot faster than they report that it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We can see the differential speed between Flight Radar 24 and the computed here.
Wow. Right.
Again.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Again
Wow.
here, and again here. And as we
Oh
see,
my God, bro!
this
Whoa,
one,
whoa, whoa!
it's
Sorry, these are
one
southern
thing.
flight
One
paths.
thing. Listen, because it's
Yeah.
pretty interesting here. It's the same
How
day,
many kilometers?
same day. Okay, it's the same day, and
How
this
fast is
one,
that?
this one was going. Let me get straight. West to east, and this one was going east to west. Look at the
Okay.
differential speed. Like maybe a jet stream. I don't know.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
hold on. Let me show you this real quick and see where that lines up. Where's that at?
Let me 2 seconds. Yeah. I,
How many hectopascals is 40,000 feet?
sorry.
Well, 1519 kilometers per hour. Is that what it was? Or was it 1319? It's like 940 miles per hour, which is insane.
You can be surprised at how fast these winds can be at any time of the day in the upper layers of the atmosphere. So let's take a look at this document, Meteorology, Atmospheric Jet Streams in the Aerospace Age by Herbert Real, Department of Atmospheric Science, Colorado State University, Fort Collins, Colorado. Now this is paper number 34. I wonder how many more there are, and I just don't have access to those papers. You see the date on this paper? Copyright 1962. Alright, so this is by the time soon after Operation Fishbowl and Dominique, when they figured out the firmament and they were studying all the jet streams. So let's look at this one here, aerodynamics and fluid mechanics, aeroelasticity, biomedical sciences, communication, control and guidance, energy conversion, flight mechanics, instrumentation, management, meteorology, nuclear applications, operations, propulsion systems, reliability, space physics, structures and materials support, vehicle design. So aerospace technology, as seen by the panel's atmospheric science laboratory collection. So we have all this stuff here, meteorology, atmospheric jet streams in the aerospace age. So let's just look at the jet streams as defined here. So number one, the middle latitude jet streams, latitude 35 to 60, core, speed occasionally above 200 knots, mean height 35,000 feet, mean middle latitude 35 to 60. So the subtropical jet stream of winter, latitude 25 to 35, core, speeds occasionally approaching 300 knots. Now guys, this is about 480 kilometers per hour, or almost 400 miles per hour. Plus, that means adding to the speed of the airplane. So if we look at this picture, this is what they're talking about. It's this is the equator. The subtropical goes here and here. We have four winds. We have one here, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, just like the Bible says. And this article talks about the four winds. We'll take a look. But this is what they're talking about. These jet streams reach 300 knots, 555 kilometers per hour, 345 miles per hour. Just imagine the flights coming from Sydney to Santiago. When they get on these jet streams here, let's say for 4 hours or 5, adding 345 miles per hour on an aircraft that's probably already flying around 600 miles per hour. So you easily have 1,000 miles per hour here. Easily. Fast here, but it's still a lot of, 300 miles per hour, it's a lot. So let's go back here to the article. And the polar night jet stream, roughly around the poles from west at latitude 60 to 65 in winter, core height at least 75,000 feet, velocity recorded above 200 knots, strong winders and asymmetries and position common. Now, besides these four wind system, this is really interesting because the Bible talks about the four winds. Okay, 3,000, 4,000 years ago, the Bible was already mentioned the four winds. And then here we have University of Colorado confirming about these four winds. Same article, different page. In view of the rapid fuel consumption of jets, however, wind has proved to remain a significant factor. Substantial time can be saved in flight planning for the common aviation system with inclusion of the upper winds in flight planning. So they include these upper winds when planning their flights from Sydney to Santiago. Especially during upstream flights for subsonic jets, these savings often amount to 10% or more of Great Circle Route flight time. For instance, with
GPS synchronization has been verified in numerous experiments. It is identical to the calculations presented in this paper and also to the Sagnac effect, which is included in the GPS. Among the list of the corrections, there is a correction involving a parameter taking into account how many Earth meridians are crossed by the path of light or by a moving clock move between the what?
Wait, what?
What?
Are crossed
Yo.
by
Yo.
clock.
Whoa. Whoa. Red
This is Earth
flag.
meridian again.
Red flag. So the latitude line. So every time it crosses the lines, like
It says
right
there's
here.
a correction involving a parameter taking into account how many Earth's meridians.
So anytime it crosses one of these lines, Toby.
There's another account for it, right? Another parameter that they add into it.
Dude.
Go
Dude, Toby, we're never gonna be able to get the distance using GPS, dog.
No, of course not, dude.
No,
Of
look
course
at this.
not.
Literally to the fucking meridian, bro.
Among the GPS list of corrections, there is a correction involving a parameter. There is a correction involving a parameter taking into account how many Earth meridians are crossed by light. Dude, wait, so GPS signals are based on by numerous experiments and identical to the calculations. Where can we pull that? I would like to pull that other one up at some point. Maybe I can pull it up on my own.
The clock
I want to see
synchronization
this.
thing.
I want to see that, but we're never going to see that. They're not going to show
the clock
that.
synchronization. Oh my god, dude! No, we have to go look right now. Because if that's in there, what was that document called? I highlighted it in green.
You got to mark it green, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Go up, I think. Oh wait, no.
Down here.
I think it was towards the top. I thought.
There it is.
No, not that one. That's close though.
There it is.
This one right here. Yep.
Yep.
We're gonna go pull this up.
Like if we can find that, that will be pretty cool.
Dude, correcting to the meridian, bro. Get the F out of here. You could never, ever say anything about, oh, we use reciprocal GPS angles. Sorry, buddy.
Now that we know that the view of alleged South Pole from the plane window does not match the aerial photography of Amundsen Scott's South Pole Station, the claimed flight time to Antarctica does not match with the east to west claimed route from the rendered map route, and the jet stream wind speeds and west to east direction matching up with the west to east route they would have had to have taken, are all solid conclusive evidence that debunks this Pan Am 50 flight and further proves yet another flight not being a complete true north to south circumnavigation.